What's up everyone? Today I'm in a 2016 V6 Camaro. Now before you start bashing about the V6 Camaro or anyone who drives the V6 Camaro in general, you need to give this car a chance. Now the numbers from the Chevrolet are 332 horsepower and 284 foot-pound of torque. And they claim that this car can do 0 to 100 in 5.1 seconds. I've always been a big fan of the Camaro in general. I've been a Camaro fan over the Mustang. I own a Camaro myself, a 1998 F-body Camaro and a V6 as well. And that car was perfect car for cruising around. It had just about enough power to get me around and to enjoy the car in general. Now, this is the 6th generation Camaro and it looks completely different. The interior of the new Camaro is way different from the new Mustang. I mean, it's much more simpler. It's just straightforward. When I drove the 2015 Mustang GT, the interior was pretty nice, but then I felt a bit cramped in the car. There was a lot going on. This car is really more of like a driver-focused car. All I can see in front of me is the gauge cluster and the infotainment system, which is very minimal, yet it looks really good. One thing that caught my attention in this car are the AC vents. In other cars, you usually have dedicated buttons to control the climate in the car. While in this car, you literally turn the AC vent. I don't know about this, but it seems convenient to me. Like I said, it gets back to the minimalist interior design of this car where everything is just driver focused. And the vents themselves, the design, they kind of look like jet engines to me with this silver outline of the vents with it looks kind of like a compressor fan, and all you gotta do to turn the climate control is you literally turn the vent and then it shows up in the infotainment system. Now one vent controls, the one on the driver's side vent controls the temperature and the other one controls the fan speed, and that's about it for the climate control. You got the rear and front defrost buttons right on top of it, and that's about it for the climate control. It's not that you got a tons of buttons laying out in front of you, cramming the interior. This car is very minimalist in design, yet it's very effective, yet it looks good. I like the lines. The lines are more aggressive in this car than the Mustang GT. Now coming to the roundabout, this is a good chance to see how this car handles around the corner, and it feels heavy, but not as heavy as the Mustang GT. It has a bit of nimbleness to it. Like, it's a big car, it's not a small car. You could feel that there's a lot of car around you, but when you throw this thing around the corner, it's pretty much planted. Another interesting fact is that this is probably the first automatic transmission car that I've ever driven in this channel so far. This car comes with an 8-speed automatic transmission. One important factor when having an automatic transmission with shift pedals is that I don't like when the computer shifts for you. You're supposed to be in control. That's why you have these shift pedals. Otherwise, they're just there for looks, nothing more. So I'm gonna put this car in manual mode, and I'm already on 7th speed, downshifting to 5th, 4th, 3rd, and 2nd. We're at 4,000 RPMs. I'm gonna give it a bit of a push. The car is not shifting for me, and when I chose to shift, the car actually shifted. I'm gonna shift up again, it's shifting. I'm gonna shift down. This transmission is pretty quick, I like it. And the most important factor is it does not shift for you. You're in control. That's what it's the most important thing about a sports car, is that you're in control. The car shouldn't be in control for you. Of course, the car is gonna do tiny adjustments in the which gear you're in depending on your speed, so that you're not driving with much of a higher speed on a lower speed on a higher gear, so you don't lug the engine, which is not good for you. The car is gonna shift down for you. So let's give it a try. So I'm driving 40 kilometers per hour. I'm on 3rd gear. I'm gonna shift up. It wouldn't let me shift higher than 5th gear because then I'm gonna lug the engine. And to the car, this is where I'm gonna get the best mileage. So let's give it a small pull, 1st gear, no wheel spin, 6,000, 6,500 and shifting. You can really feel the 300 horsepower this car has. It's not the amount of power that's gonna push your guts all the way to the back seat, but it's about enough power for you to have fun in the car. That's what matters. At the end of the day, you're not getting this car to drag race it. V6 pony cars in general are meant to be grand tourers. But that doesn't mean that you're not gonna have fun in this car. You can have plenty of fun in this car. Actually, the 332 horsepowers are just about right for you to have fun in this car without getting in much trouble. Now, this car comes with 3 driving modes. We got Tour, Sport, Snow and Ice. Now, I've been driving this car on Tour just to see what it's like cruising with this car, not trying to push it, just trying to daily this car, and the car has been perfect. It's light, it's easier to drive around, it doesn't feel that heavy even though the car is pretty big, but it's really easy to drive it. Like, I'm not struggling at all. This is the first time I've driven a 6th generation Camaro, by the way. Now, coming to a big issue in the Camaro is the visibility. Now, I can tell instantly that the 6th generation Camaro has been improved. I did not adjust the mirrors, I did not adjust anything, I just got in this car and started driving. Now, the front windshield, it's a bit on the small side, but it's just more than enough for you to daily this car. It's not in the way. The mirrors, I love the shape of this mirrors. My favorite part of the new Camaro ever since they released it in 2009 or 2010 was the mirrors. If you especially have seen the concepts, oh my god, I really wish Chevrolet would have implemented the concept mirrors in the Camaro, but I guess it wasn't that convenient because these mirrors are a bit small, but they do the job. Now, talking about rear visibility, that might need getting used to. The turning radius of this car is not bad either. Now let's try and put the car in sports mode. Now, I guess this would change the feel of the steering wheel. The throttle response is going to be quicker. So we're on 2nd gear, driving 70 kilometers per hour, 5,000 RPM, and pushing. This is a completely different animal. I did not expect much from the driving modes, but the car is really more responsive. It's very noticeable. I actually got pushed to my seat. I did not expect that. I thought that's all the V6 Camaro has. Also, one more thing I noticed when I changed this car to the sports mode is that the shifting is really much more sharper. It's instant. Look at this. 6,000, 7,000, shift. The car does what you want it to do. And now, trying to cruise in sports mode, is it gonna affect my drivability? Let's see. No, the car is very responsive. The shifting is better. I think if I owned this car, I would have kept it in sports mode. Okay, I'm in 5th gear driving 60 kilometers per hour. I'm gonna slow down without shifting. Bear in mind, I'm in manual mode and I'm coming to a stop. The car's shifting down, 4th, 3rd, 1st. It did the job for me. I actually like that because sometimes when you're in manual mode, you might forget to shift down and then the car is gonna get all shaky and hesitating, but this car did the job for me. And when it comes to flooring this car and shifting yourself, it obeys you. It did not shift for you. You gotta do the shifting for yourself. This car does not come with Recaro seats, which is also a first for me in this channel, but the seats are pretty comfortable. I like them. See, again, I'm not shifting, the car holds it. So I'm gonna try flooring and see what's gonna happen. Oh, wow. And the car actually held the RPM at the red line, so I had to shift. I like that. That's what every automatic transmission with a manual mode and shift paddle should have. Not those fake ones where you put the car in manual mode or in Tiptronic and then it just shifts for you. This car is equipped with XForce exhaust system and it sounds amazing. It does not sound like a fart cannon like some V6 cars with an aftermarket exhaust sound like. It sounds pretty decent for me, especially compared to the older Camaro. Now, this car has a 3.6 liter V6 engine with direct injection. Again, I'm on the roundabout driving 40 kilometers per hour. I'm not even struggling. The car is holding up pretty well. I don't feel like I'm about to lose control or like the car is about to throw the back end out. It's just really holding to the floor. And then getting back on power. And really like this car. It feels nimble even though there is some weight to it, but you don't feel it once you're driving the car. Once you're turning, it doesn't like struggle. You don't feel like there's a lot of weight that you're trying to move around. The car is very responsive. The steering wheel is very direct. It just, wherever you point the steering wheel, the car is just gonna follow. So overall, how does it feel to drive the 6th generation Camaro? It's a very pleasant experience. Now, it's not as thrilling as I would have expected to be, but I cannot deny that I had fun. With the power it has, the car is really fun to drive. It's not the kind of like dangerous fun where the car is gonna try to kill you and it's gonna try to spin out and it tries to spin the wheels out every time you like touch the throttle. The steering wheel, it's very direct. The interior is amazing. It's the best interior I've ever seen in a modern car so far, especially in a pony car. Very minimalist. I love the climate control design. The steering wheel feels good in the hand. The seats, very comfortable. Now, one more thing that I don't like is that I wish Chevrolet would follow up with the Mustang and get rid of this cheap looking plastic here at the top. The design definitely makes up for it, but it does not look good. But everything you touch, everything you use on a daily, the shift knob, the steering wheel, the armrest, I really like this long armrest. The other armrest in the door, it's wrapped in leather. It feels of good quality, but other than that, please get rid of this plastic. Finally, the exhaust note, this automatic transmission, the XForce exhaust system, the 332 horsepowers. This is a really well-built car. There's been some thought given into making this car, and it pays back. The driving experience, it's amazing. So who would I recommend this car to? If you're looking for a sports car that looks good, this car looks really great, especially the 6th generation. Now, on a first look, like if you turn your head quickly and look at the car, you can't tell the difference. But once you look closer, this car really looks good. Now, forget about the rear seats. They do not exist. Now, my seat is all the way to the back and they're already touching the rear seats. So forget having any friends or getting a family to sit in the back seats. Not even kids. I don't think kids can have their feet on the floor sitting in these rear seats. Other than that, so it's a fun car. The price range, it's not that expensive. It costs around 130,000 dirhams, I believe, in the UAE. Great power, great driving experience. The car feels stable, it feels planted. The steering wheel is direct. It's not a bad car. Now, thank you for watching. I upload a new video every Sunday. Stay tuned. Please share, subscribe, and like. Thank you.